you know how people think na anak yan ng may-ari tapos siya.
CEO.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So parang hindi ka ba na-pressure because of that one?
I still have second thoughts na parang
Bakit ko ba ito ginawa?
definitely choose your customers wisely rin. Nung may pumasok nga na yung very first
Sale.
6-figure sale na,
Yeah.
yung check tumalbog pa.
Oh,
Ngayon nakatikim na ako ng ganong kalaking monthly sales. Parang ayoko nang pakawalan.
Every big success story starts with one thing.
the benta.
Man, the first thing I ever sold was
We wanted to work with the call centers and the BPOs.
I feel if tinuloy ko siya, grabe, feel ko magbuboom din siya now.
First sale, so medyo maliit.
This is the show where we talk to the people who turned that first sale into an empire.
I know that once we set the systems in place, then we can go higher.
It's so easy to glamorize being a boss, a girl boss. But then they forget about, rolling up their sleeves, doing the dirty work.
Nakatikim na ako ng ganong kalaking monthly sales. Parang ayoko nang pakawalan.
We dive deep into the real systems, the raw struggles, and the biggest lessons learned from those who made it from nothing to something.
don't overthink it. Just get out there and do it. Bring it out on the market and get that first customer.
You've heard the brand?
Now meet the boss. Welcome to Benta Bosses by Quotable AI.
Mga boss, naniniwala ba kayo na a business is a legacy? Legacy meaning it's something that we inherit.
Yes, pero hindi ibig sabihin na minana din natin ng isang business, successful na kaagad ito. Minsan, namamana din natin ng burden, challenges, and the struggles that come with the business.
So today, we have a special guest that took upon this task. Ano nga ba ang winning strategy niya to keep the legacy of their business?
Let us all welcome the boss on the chair today. Please introduce yourself.
Hi mga boss. My name is Victor, glass packaging supplier based in Cabuyao, Laguna. And our company is called Manbrella Packaging Experts.
Woohoo! Welcome, welcome!
Mga bossing, welcome natin si Victor.
Yes. So for those who are hearing Manbrella for the first time, what is it and what makes you different?
Our company started in year 2000. Actually, yung father ko yung nag-start ng company.
Tagal na.
Yes. And what makes our company different from other agents, glass traders, is our engineering background. So
Oh, wow.
each of our salespersons, they have technical training when it comes to packaging.
Oh my God, that's it's quite new for me, ha? Why do you need engineering background for it?
Well, it's still a science, no? When you talk about business, it has to be repeatable, and in integrating the science into the business makes it, limits the problems that you may have.
Right. Okay, that's quite interesting. Later
Yeah.
pag-usapan natin yan. Pero can you tell us more about your role in the operations of Manbrella today?
Yeah, so I'm taking the role of general manager. So day-to-day operations,
Ikaw talaga.
front end, back end, top
Lahat
to
ng
bottom,
sakit,
inside
ulo.
out talaga.
Okay, Victor, ito lang naman yung, dito ako curious eh. 'Cause I've known Victor personally.
Oh, okay.
He's
Ako
actually
lang
a good
pala.
friend of
Ako-
mine.
Nice.
Pero let's get to know your history and the history of Manbrella. So how Manbrella eventually come to be.
Well, my background is in business administration.
Right.
So I've always wanted to be a businessman, an entrepreneur, and luckily our family already had an ongoing business. So I just stepped into my father's shoes, who's the founder.
Right. So, how many are you in the family? Like, how many kids are you? And lahat ba kayo sumama sa business or
Mhm.
is it just you?
Yeah, we're 6 in the family. I'm the youngest.
Oh,
So
bunso.
as a bunso,
Yeah,
nagulat sila lahat. Ako yung nag-take over. Although
that's true.
each of my siblings, they also, sinubukan din nilang i-manage yung business. Pero it landed on my lap.
Okay, so did your dad start the business from the beginning or nagtrabaho pa siya or talagang nag-business na kaagad?
Well, Yeah, my father started the business after a 30-year employment.
Oh, wow.
What? Grabe
It
ah.
was really a culmination of his career.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. Okay. So what was his role in his business before?
So in San Miguel, he was a glass forming engineer.
Oh, that's
And then he ended up in sales.
Uh-huh.
And then he retired as vice president of San Miguel Paper Products.
Why is it called Manbrella?
So Manbrella means Manalang Umbrella Corporation.
Oh.
So it's a vehicle for any Manalang to do business.
Oh, that's so good. So sino yung nakaisip nung pangalan ng company?
Kami nung brother ko actually, based dun sa Resident Evil na company, yung Umbrella Corporation.
Oh my God. Kaya nyo naisip.
Yeah.
And then when did you pitch it to your dad? Like, Dad, gusto naman ito yung pangalan.
Well, hindi niya alam yung Resident Evil. Yeah, but it makes sense, diba?
That's
Umbrella
true. That's
Corporation.
true. It's actually such a nice name. I was also so curious when you said that earlier. So, ano ba yung business ni Dad prior to this one?
Nung nag-operate siya under sole proprietorship, ang tawag nila sa sarili nila nung partners niya was Packaging Experts Group.
Ah, okay.
So doon din naggaling yung packaging experts doon sa Manbrella Packaging Experts.
So I guess, starting the business more than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question ko lang, old school ba si Dad?
Yes, definitely. Very traditional yung pamamalakad niya sa business,
Mhm.
very risk averse.
Right.
No? Pero syempre ako bilang Gen Z boss, Gen Z kunwari. The millennial boss, no? I tend to embrace risk more
That's
than
true.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did, when you came in with him, knowing na medyo, takot sila mag-risk talaga eh. Like the older generations
Yes,
would
yes.
like stability, diba? And now, a millennial shakes the stability. How was it when you're coming into the business? Paano ba nag-start?
Well, I started just driving him around, no? Chauffeur ako ng dad ko. And then eventually, I started handling customers poorly, I might add. Pero
Why
eventually...
poorly? Wait lang. Gusto ko malaman, why do you think it was poorly?
Well, syempre, I mean, sales is a
Yeah.
very, kailangan ng finesse yung sales talaga. And then there's a million things that can go wrong in any given deal, diba? And they do go wrong talaga.
Mhm.
And yun, I guess dun din galing yung pagka-risk averse nila.
Right.
Yeah. But eventually, I got the hang of it naman.
Okay, so question ko lang, diba, now that you started working in the business, did your dad become your main mentor? Like, talagang tinuruan ka niya from the beginning?
Yes, definitely. And not just being my mentor when it comes to the glass business, but being a business person in general.
Mhm. So how was it like? Like, ano yung mga tinuro niya sa'yo? Or how was it na ikaw yung bunso, ikaw pa yung nagstay, and where are the other people? Like, where are your other siblings in between the story?
Yeah, well, ako yung napili niya kasi ako yung pinakamasunurin. So, naging assistant ako for a long time.
Right.
And then, my brother who was actually the general manager prior to me,
Mhm.
nag-migrate siya sa Australia. So,
Oh.
Si Pax.
so ako na lang yung nagtira. Yeah, si Pax.
Si Pax.
Okay, so that paved the way technically. So you were the only two in the business.
There were some of my sisters also, my elder sisters.
Right.
They tried it out, pero hindi rin sila nagtagal.
Okay.
Victor, I'm just curious. Back in college, back when you were still studying, did you see yourself na talagang magti-take over dun sa business?
Yes. Actually,
Ah.
kapag kami lesson, palaging yung business yung
Yung
binabalikan ko
Right.
na case study.
Yeah, kasi 'di ba in college, lalo na sa business administration, you would be asked to do like conceptualize a business or like put this problem in the shoes of this business, ganyan. So you were
Yes.
really parang kumbaga, alam mo na sa sarili mo that you were trying to build that path towards handling your business, your family business.
Yes,
Oh,
definitely.
that's quite different.
Yeah. So, ano lang, no? Naintriga lang din ako. Does that mean na dyan ka na rin ba nag-OJT?
Oh, dun din
Okay,
ako
dyan na rin.
JT.
Alright.
And okay naman siya. It has its drawbacks kasi
Right.
yun nga. Sana may more experience ako kung sa labas. Pero
Yeah.
it's good din na sa business. Nag-OJT para may continuity yung
That's true.
studies ko all the way to actual employment.
Yeah,
Mm.
but at that point, hindi ka ba na-pressure na parang, hala, baka isipin ng mga tao na, you know how people think na, anak yan ng may-ari, tapos siya,
COO.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So parang hindi ka ba na-pressure because of that one?
Hindi naman kasi I grew up alongside din yung mga business partners ng father ko
Mhm.
and yung other employees. So it was seamless naman.
Right.
Pero di ba usually, I've heard a lot of stories na hindi talaga kusang loob ina-accept ng
Mga
isang
anak.
anak yung
Correct.
business.
Yeah.
Di ba? Yun nga, as you've mentioned earlier, di ba? Kasi yung burden, yung struggle. So was it a difficult decision for you to take up on the business, Victor?
Mahirap talaga, mahirap. And I have to, parang asawa lang yan, no? I have to choose the business every day.
Oh.
And even now, 5 years na akong GM,
Mhm.
I still have second thoughts na parang,
Bakit ko ba ito ginawa?
parang minsan mag-apply kaya ako sa iba or or
Really?
start ako na, I did start my own businesses pero small time lang. And ito talaga yung binabalik-balikan ko.
Yeah, pero yung mga small-time businesses in between, were you parang, was there a time wherein you thought na, hala, baka pwede naman pala itong gawin? Like,
Mhm.
eto na lang, kaya yung piliin ko.
It comes. That time
Okay
comes.
lang, Dad. Sorry po. Go lang
Yeah.
po.
That time comes pero yun, hindi na lang din siya about livelihood when it comes
Yeah.
to a family business.
That's
It's
true.
also about duty.
Oh,
And it's also about showing up for my family and providing for them and helping them provide for themselves. And
right. Sana po mapanood po ng anak ko to para pakinggan po niya si
Oh,
Victor.
right.
Pero you wanted to become a writer, right? Parang there was a
Yes.
time.
Yes. So that's one of my pastimes back in high school na nadala ko talaga all throughout college and even today I still write for fun and also as a profession. Pero from writing stories, now I'm writing emails. No?
Yeah.
Pero at least maganda yung emails na nasasend natin from a
Nagagamit pa rin.
real writer, di ba? During your early career, did you ever join or work for someone else? Like after college, straight into Manbrella na ba or may ginawa ka pang iba?
I took the long way to
Ah.
into the business. So sometimes may detour ako. I also tried my luck in the BPO industry.
Mhm.
And I also tried my luck in freelance.
Oh,
And I think marami ako natutunan doon that helped me now.
yeah. So do you ever regret doing other things before going into your business?
No regrets definitely.
Yeah. Because you said it really taught you a lot. Like what's the most striking thing that you felt helped you na magkaroon ng thoughts na, okay, maybe this is the thing that I will do for my business?
Yeah, well sa BPO, definitely the structure really helped me.
Mhm.
And that's the type of structure I try to emulate. And then sa
Right.
freelance naman, yung resourcefulness.
Mhm.
Kasi there's no SOP, there's no handbook.
That's true.
So as a business owner, tayo rin yung gagawa ng sarili nating handbook. So it helped a lot in that.
Right.
All right, Victoria, I'm just curious then. Ano ba yung challenges sa writing and what's the difference sa business? Yung writing kasi, di ba, mas glamorous job yun.
I guess in a way glamorous siya, pero hindi siya ganun ka profitable honestly. Unless you're a big name,
Ah.
you have a bestseller or
Yeah.
or you have another way to monetize the work. Sa business, syempre, mas rewarding the amount of work you put in
Mhm.
is what you get in return. Sa writing, it depends kung ano yung value ng reader dun sa
Sa
Dun sa
nasinulat
writing,
mo.
oo,
Correct.
oo.
So, talagang parang for you weren't able to pursue it mainly because parang there were
Yeah.
second thoughts.
Mhm.
yeah, could I really provide for my future with this writing thing? Is
Right.
it really going to be a career and not just a sideline?
Sometimes ang hirap din talaga pag ganun, no? May mga times wherein you have to let go of a passion,
Yes.
mainly because it might not be the one that will help you along the way.
O boss, mukhang ready ka na sa unang benta mo. Teka, easy lang.
Simula pa lang yan dito sa Benta Bosses.
Papunta na tayo sa real talk ng business na dapat nyong matutunan. Dito lang yan
Sa Benta Bosses by Quotable AI. How did Manbrella start? Or parang ano yung trigger mo? Like from writing, from doing freelance work, how did you finally decide or when did you finally decide that, okay, probably I have to go into our business and manage it?
Okay. Well, one of my forays into freelancing, yun nga, was social media.
Mhm.
And doon ko na-appreciate talaga yung value and yung nandito talaga papunta yung business
Mhm.
sa online. And so I pitched it to my dad, no? Sabi niya sa akin, masyado mahal. And sabi niya sa akin, hindi, kaya natin gawin yan DIY.
Right.
So sa loob-loob ko naman, we have a small team.
Mhm.
And kung mag-allocate pa tayo ng manpower for something new like that, ma-distract tayo sa main
Goal.
operations
That's
natin.
true.
And so, I decided to outsource it. And ayaw niya. So, ako nag-fund
Uh-huh.
from my own money, no?
Yeah.
And it took quite a lot of time and it took quite a lot of resources.
That's true.
Yun.
Okay. So with that one, ano yung nangyari when you introduced it? Like, was there ever a point wherein your dad said, buti na lang ginawa mo yung ginawa mo kasi kung hindi,
Yes.
hindi nangyari. What
Yes,
was that point?
definitely. I guess the turning point would be when we started getting big orders. Dun sa online, yung inquiries. Of course, after we get the inquiry, we take it to the
To the sales,
emails,
yeah.
to calls. No?
Mhm.
Pero nagsa-start talaga siya sa Messenger. And then we have to weed out yung small, hindi naman weed out. No? Parang we have to triage
Yeah.
yung inquiries na natatanggap namin. And yung maganda ron, all sizes talaga yung pumapasok sa Facebook and sa Instagram.
Right.
And we get some clients na madaling i-service kasi maliit lang yung order nila. And
Yeah.
then also those big ones who deserve the high touch service.
Yeah. So at that point, like when you were doing social media or digital marketing, did it ever, like, when was the unang benta? Like, when did you feel it like, finally, eto na talaga. Like, I can tell my dad, Dad, it really works.
Yeah. I guess yung first sale, May 4, 2025.
Oh my God, talagang naalala
So
niya.
kaka-anniversary lang
Yeah.
din ng first sale last month. And well, medyo maliit lang.
Yeah.
Mga 3 boxes of glass. So about not even 100 pieces.
Mhm.
And then mga 1K lang, 1.5 ganun
Right.
yung value niya. So medyo maliit lang. But it was a start.
Mhm.
Soon after that, siguro a few months after that, we got our first 6-digit sale.
Wow.
Pero that was the product of the social media effort.
Yes,
that you have
definitely.
initiated.
And then after nung nakita nung father ko na actually repeatable yung 6-digit sales, inampon na niya yung I call it my startup department eh. So
Right.
ako nag-fund, ako nagtrabaho nun. And eventually, they took over the expenses kasi hindi ko na rin kaya.
Mhm.
And they saw the value rin dun sa ginagawa ko and sa ginagawa ng freelancers ko.
Okay.
So balikan muna natin, Victorio, yung history ng Manbrella. Like, how was the setup before? Was it already a corporation or is it just a sole proprietor?
Yeah, so it started
Business.
sole proprietor siya.
Yeah.
And then 2016, nakapag-incorporate kami
Aha.
ng family corporation. And then, although yung business model niya is still the same. So we're trading. So laway lang yung puhunan, parang ahente. Ganun.
Aha.
Eventually, we decided to take more risks. So we got a warehouse. We imported the products directly.
Wow.
And then, doon, mas malaki yung risk pero mas maganda rin yung
Return.
margins.
That's true. Tapos sabay kayo, because your brother was working, diba? With
Yes.
you on this one. So sabay kayo pumasok or like nauna siya or ikaw yung nauna?
Sabay kami pumasok, no? And then I when I did my freelance and my BPO, nasa business pa rin siya. And then bumalik na lang ako afterwards.
Medyo half-hearted ka pa ba nun? Kaya,
Yeah. I still had that pride na
Ah.
parang hindi, kaya ko tong sarili ko. Diba?
On your own.
Magaling din ako, kaya ko rin to. Pero yun.
Pero how was the pressure? Because parang sinabi mo na lang, kuya ba? Ay, kasi youngest eh.
Yeah.
So, kuya, alas muna ako, try ko na yung iba. So, how was it like when you told him that you were leaving him muna?
Yeah, actually, yun yung naging challenge. Kaya ko yung maging boss yung father ko. Medyo mahirap maging boss yung kuya ko. Kasi parang same age group kami. Barkada
Right.
kami throughout high school and college.
What's the age gap ba between Pax and you?
4 years lang.
4 years
Oo.
lang.
Yeah. Pero same. Yung brother din ng husband ko same age group and same barkada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a bit difficult to take orders from someone na,
Yeah.
parang feeling ko equal ko lang naman. Kasi
Yeah.
pareho lang kami ng skill level. Ganun.
Pero kumusta na yung kuya mo now? Like, what is he doing now?
Yeah, he's in unrelated industry siya ngayon.
Oh,
Pero nasa sales pa rin siya.
He
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
He left
Yeah.
Manbrella. When was this? When did he leave? And why did he leave?
He migrated to Australia about 6 years ago.
Ang tagal na.
5 or 6 years ago.
Okay,
2020.
so the timelines were kind of like matching na nandun siya, umalis
Kakapasok
ka,
ko lang.
pagkapasok
yes,
mo
exactly.
ulit, umalis siya.
Mm.
So parang ganon. Oh, grabe.
Perfect timing
Oo.
for Victor to really take on the
That's
lead.
true.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Actually,
Yeah.
Daryl, good thing you pointed that out. I feel like perfect storm lang din talaga
Oh,
yung
that's
nangyari
nice.
na parang accident or lucky chain of events.
Yeah, pero since supposedly dapat si Kuya, di ba? Si Pax will be the one to take on the role, no? How was the pressure? Kasi biglang nag-iba eh, di ba? Parang
Mm.
before it was already established that he will be the one overseeing the business. Pero how was the pressure for you upon being left behind na since Pax migrated to Australia?
It was double-edged, no? Yung maganda sa kanya is meron na siyang naumpisahan. So I don't have
Okay.
to
Do it from
completely start
scratch.
from scratch.
That's true.
Pero at the same time, yung mga naumpisahan na niya, maybe some of them hindi natapos.
Mhm.
And yung turnover, of course, madali naman yung naging turnover. But marami ring unfinished na work
Yeah.
kasi biglaan na na-approve yung visa nila, yung migration nila.
So, kumusta yung dad niyo at that time? When your kuya started to tell him, no, Dad, I'm leaving. I finally got our visa.
He was definitely he was happier than my brother. Talagang
Oh!
pangarap niya rin para sa amin talaga yung makapag-migrate. Actually, he's my third sibling na nakapag-migrate.
Oh, ang in fairness, because kunwari may business dito sa Pilipinas na may legacy. Sometimes you would want them to really continue on the business, diba? Parang that's the goal. But in fairness to your dad,
Yeah.
talagang you really want something different for the family. So,
Yeah,
hindi niya kayo
kami
pinili.
pressure.
Oh,
exactly.
nice.
But during the time, Victor, si Dad is still involved in the company, no? Still
Yes,
managing.
day to day.
Up
Pa rin
until
siya,
now ba?
pumapasok pa rin siya. Well, right now, he's a little bit slowing down.
Okay.
No? Pero,
Pero not really
day to day
completely
na,
retiring. Wala.
Yeah,
Okay.
nararamdaman pa rin siya
Alright.
dun sa business.
Okay. Pero did he ever mention to you that he will retire? Or like, anak, ikaw na bahala dito.
Nako.
Ano na ako, slow down na ako.
Famous last words na yan. Siguro 10 years na niyang sinasabi na magre-retire na ako next year.
Talaga?
Oo. Pero
Pero hindi
yun,
nangyari.
slowly.
Ah.
Slowly. And not as, not as retired
As
as
retired,
he would like.
That's true.
Alright. Since, I guess, no, si Dad talaga yung may network eh. Since when he started this business,
Yes.
talagang
yes.
nanggaling na rin siya sa same industry. It's just that he just went on his own to put up his own business. Who were the biggest clients na you have inherited from your father's network?
Yeah. So can I mention the name ba?
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
no problem.
So si RC Cola is definitely one of our
Wow.
longest standing clients.
Clients,
Yeah.
ARC, no?
wow.
Yes, ARC.
That's so
And
nice.
then some other big clients we have come and go. Pero yung very first client nung company rin namin si NutriAsia, we recently won back their business.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you lost them for some time.
Yeah, we lost them
What
for
was the
quite
story
a while.
behind that? Curious lang.
Ano lang siya eh, parang opportunistic trade lang siya nung time na yun.
Ah.
And yun, since nawala yung scenario, I guess, na got us to sell to them, nawala rin yung orders from them.
So fast forward today, ano yung sa tingin mong difference ng Manbrella from the sole proprietor
Mhm.
versus now?
So, nung umpisa, it was really driven by yung personalities nung mga original group nila
Right.
na San Miguel retirees.
Okay.
And then now, I think the brand already stands up on its own, with Manbrella having 4,000 followers more or less na sa Facebook.
Oh, that's nice. So before, it was more very, as in parang traditional siya, wherein, because older companies tend to become that. Parang you
Mm.
equate the company to a
With the
specific,
founder. Yeah.
correct, to a
Mhm.
personality. Pero ngayon, it's quite different kasi yung atake is different, no? So how
Yeah.
do you, like, what did you do in terms of connections that the original company had? And how did you marry it to who you are today?
I guess it's really brand building. So we overhauled the branding talaga. I mean,
Mhm.
we kept a lot of the philosophies.
Right.
So we're driven by the same brand philosophies.
Mhm.
Pero iba na yung execution niya. So more mass market yung approach dun sa selling, which
Right.
is we cater talaga to the small customers. Because the small customers and the big customers, they tend to be consumers din eh, of
Exactly.
media, of mga social media natin.
This episode is supported by Shipley.
For businesses that pack and ship orders every day, having the right supplies matter.
Shipley is a trusted packaging and shipping supplies brand for Philippine businesses, offering quality products, competitive prices, and reliable shipping for teams that need to keep operations moving.
For boxes, mailers, bubble wrap, and shipping supplies, visit shipley.ph. Right. Pero siguro I think let's get into the nitty-gritty naman of the business, ha? If there are lessons to learn from sa mga nangyari sa'yo, galing sa mga mistakes na probably nagawa mo, is there an experience na parang, oh, that was the biggest lesson that I've learned so far?
Definitely choose your customers wisely rin.
Oh, kasi nga, what was the story behind that?
Well, one of, hindi ko nabanggit kanina, pero nung may pumasok nga na yung very first six-figure sale namin,
Yeah.
yung check tumalbog pa.
Oh,
Oo.
yung May 4. Si May 4
Hindi.
customer,
Mga
hindi.
sometime in June or July after na nung May 4. Yung May 4, maliit lang yun na sale.
Right.
Yeah.
So, nag-bounce yung check niya.
Yeah. And until today, nangongkolekta pa rin kami.
When did you
Wala.
realize na parang na hindi pala siya nag-push through yung sale or na-scam ka talaga?
Yeah, so nung nakapag-deliver na kami and then binigyan kami ng check in
Yeah.
return and then post-dated siya. And although this was what we agreed upon naman,
Like prior to delivery?
Yes.
Okay.
nung malapit na yung maturity ng check, naririnig na namin, hindi pa namin nagagamit. Tapos baka naman pwedeng palitan ng check kasi nga hindi pa nila technically napapakinabangan yung bottles.
Oh
Pero
my gosh.
yun, sabi ko, something's fishy na nun.
Yeah, may kutob ka na.
Oo,
Yeah,
oo.
cause magkakaroon ka ng kutob talaga if something goes wrong. Eh.
Yes.
Pero how much was this one? Sorry to ask.
Well, the check was 150K, parang gano'n. Malaki-laki rin.
Ang
Pero it was
laki
part
din
of a bigger
niya.
PO na 500,000. So, buti na lang in parts yung
In tranches.
delivery.
So
Yeah.
at least you, like delivery wise. So yung mga boss, ito yung lesson natin today ha. Huwag po tayo magde-deliver ka agad-agad. You have to be picky. So buti na lang, it was in tranches. Because
Yeah.
if it's not, na nag-deliver kayo ng full na 500,000, oh, that's so big.
Yeah.
Grabe.
Yeah.
So parang when you entered na yung Manbrella, how was the cash flow? Like, how was the business overall? Like it being a business that started in 2000.
Well, since yung customers nga namin are seasonal yung markets nila, seasonal din yung orders nila.
Oh.
So, magkakaroon kami ng lean and then fat seasons.
Right.
So, for lean, yun yung parang simot na simot
Cash.
yung bank namin. And then may times naman overflowing na parang kailangan namin i-budget yung pumapasok within 3 months lang, buong taon na namin i-budget yun.
Right. So, grabe, no? Ang hirap din talaga pag packaging kasi may highest to the highs. Pero may lowest to the lows. Pero
Yes.
explain it to us in terms of like packaging. How do you manage your day-to-day job with you making sure that you are able to stretch out whatever cash flow that you have?
Actually, yun yung reason din kung bakit nag-decide kami to take the risk sa distribution, local distribution. Kasi nga yung trading, very situational siya. Maybe 90% of our income will come in 3 months lang. So yung maganda kapag locally available yung product,
right?
Then we can actually sell as much as we can. Depende na lang sa ability namin na i-convert siya into cash.
Okay. So with that one, with now having products that are locally available, do you have it on hand? Like, do you do bulk purchases and then it stays in your warehouse? Ano yung flow ng business natin?
Yeah, so we import the glass and then from there we store it in our warehouse. Tapos pagka na-store na namin doon na namin siya i-distribute sa mga customers namin. And ideally, bago pa dumating, meron ang bibili. Kaya lang, mahirap din parang balancing act din pagka ganun
True.
Sometimes you really just have to take the risk.
Put it there. Yeah.
And
Pero right now, what's your, I know, like packaging wise, sa mga bosses natin na curious, they always have what we call MOQ. Ano ba nga yung MOQ? Kasi lalo na sa packaging.
Yeah. Well, we pride ourselves na as little as 1 box in-entertain namin.
Oh, wow!
And
That's
we
so
made it
good.
so na, sa e-commerce na lang dadaan yung ganong orders.
So may
Para-
e-com na rin kayo?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
doing retail, di ba?
Yes.
Oy, ang galing!
Yeah, so if 1 or 2 boxes lang, we just point people to our Shopee or Lazada.
Okay, that's so good. That's such a good innovation, I have to say, for packaging, ha?
Yeah.
So, Victor, nabanggit mo kanina, di ba? ARC is one of your biggest clients.
Yes.
Ang question ko lang now is, may danger ba na walang kapantay si RC?
Medyo mahirap i-balance. Kasi
Mhm.
nga, we want to be available for all of our customers.
Right.
Pero kapag yung biggest customer mo yung tumatawag sa'yo, talagang sometimes you drop everything
That's true.
Kasi there's too much at stake. Diba?
Yeah. That's true. And the relationship that you usually build with the biggest customer is the closest one that you have. Because kahit, I mean, as business owners aminin natin na yung pinaka-highest paying client, yun talaga yung parang, dito ka muna, ikaw muna yung talagang pagpo-focusan ko, di ba?
Yes.
Yeah.
So sa mga boss natin dyan, for those getting into the business, dito marirealize din natin na hindi lahat ng business ay glamorous. Tama? Minsan may mga businesses na ingrained and parte na ng day-to-day life natin gaya ng packaging. So to those who want to get into the business, ano ba ang madalas na challenges ninyo dito?
Well, definitely it's a race to the bottom for a lot of our customers. And you have to balance talaga yung, giving in to discounts, ganyan.
Right.
Pero enough is enough minsan.
Yeah.
Yun yung mahirap i-draw yung line. And that's where I also struggled in the beginning.
Yeah. Pero hindi ba kayo natatakot sa mas malalaking packaging na suppliers?
Definitely hindi naman sa natatakot kami sa kanila, but actually we embrace na may mga clients na hindi nila masa-service.
Right.
Yeah.
And they won't be able to give the same quality of service na kaya namin ibigay kasi yun nga, we're a small company, we have a smaller operation, and we can focus more.
Yeah, that's true ha. Pero kasi ang sobrang tricky ng packaging sa Philippines. I would say like coming from a business standpoint also, packaging is the most needed item for every single business. So how do you balance out like making sure na meron kang high quantity order like RC Cola? And how do you prepare yourself just in case mawala yung isang malaki?
Yeah.
Ano yung ginagawa nyo in preparation for that one?
Kailangan talaga ng pipeline. So we're always moving, trying to get a new client. And actually, there was a time also na wala sa amin yung RC Cola.
Oh.
And thankfully na lang na we won them over.
Right.
Before we actually suffered.
Mhm.
Pero ganun din sa smaller customers, we try to balance yung retail to those na key accounts. And that's really where the art is kapag nagpapatakbo ka ng business.
That's true.
Doon yung diskarte lumalabas.
It's the dance between the highs and the lows, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
So since nabanggit na ni Victor yung pipeline, medyo papasok na tayo nito sa processes
That's
sa
true.
systems. And nabanggit mo earlier also na old school si dad. Di ba?
Yes.
So, ang question ko lang, before you come in sa Manbrella, kamusta yung transactions? Was it talagang old school? Paano yung
Ledger.
operations nyo? Can you just walk us through paano yung operations before Victor came in?
Well, yung benta madalang yun noon talaga.
Right.
Especially in a trading business model. No, kasi liligawan mo talaga yung client and then you pair it with a supplier.
Mhm.
So maybe in a given month, handful of orders lang eh.
Right.
And yun yung nung dinala namin locally yung business, that's when we started seeing daily orders, which is dun din nagkakaroon ng momentum yung sales team. You get to celebrate
Confidence.
small wins.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then eventually, nakaipon ng portfolio of customers.
That's true.
And then dun na yung nagpe-pick up ng traction.
So, paano yun? Do you do it like manually? Kasi di ba sa mga ganyan, kunwari ako,
Yeah,
Sir,
manual.
pa-quote naman po ako ng ganitong
Yes.
number of items. Paano niyo po siya ginagawa before?
Manual talaga, spreadsheets. Until now, part of what we do are still on spreadsheets. And then, mga emails, nandyan lahat. And recently na lang nakapag-introduce kami ng tools, yun nga, like e-commerce for the smaller
Accounts, yeah.
accounts.
Right.
And then, yung big customers, syempre, we hands-on pa rin kami dun sa kanila.
So ano yung effect, Victor, ng you have to do everything manually, especially for quotation? Kasi di ba parang...
Mabagal.
Speaking of mabagal, syempre, I think for some clients, talagang may frustration no? Parang
Yes.
when they ask you a specific quotation, di ba? Parang gaano katagal ba yung timeline?
Turnaround, yeah.
Turnaround
So sometimes,
time.
nagmamadali din yung iba.
Yeah, once we have all of the information, sometimes we have to sit down one full day para lang mag-come up with a selling price.
Right. So, ano yung parang frustration mo when you saw that, ano ba yan? Ang tagal natin gumawa ng price. And sometimes kasi, pag may mga nag-order, pwede niyo po maibigay sa akin in 2 hours yung
Yeah. Oo,
Diba?
oo. That's what they expect na makakapagbigay ako ng price right away.
Right.
Sometimes nga, bibigay ko na lang, kaya mo bang mag-import? O yan, dollar price, mas madali.
Aha.
Diba? Pero, hindi naman lahat kaya nun. No?
Right.
So,
Mahirap din talaga eh. Kasi sometimes, yung demand din ng customer.
Yeah.
Minsan, kahit gusto mong ibigay na now na,
Yes.
hindi mo rin syempre mabigay. Kasi you also, baka mag-drop ka ng price na hindi
Yes.
naman,
yeah.
hindi
takes
naman
time.
aabot, right?
It takes time.
And sometimes, minsan hindi lang naman siya it's not always about the price.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like for some clients, whoever is the fastest to give them the
Yeah.
quotation, or the fastest response time
Yeah.
actually wins the deal.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually me, I think. Pero now, let's talk about the big benta ha. When did the things get better? I know it was a lot more manual before and very traditional old school. I would guess like you would do sales calls as in like
yes.
manual.
Yes. Cold
Pero
calls.
kailan siya nag-turn around and kailan mo na-feel na nag-improve or nagkaroon ng mas magandang strength yung business niyo?
Well, yun nga. As I said, no, kaka-celebrate lang namin ng anniversary itong May
Mhm.
dun sa local selling. And so we did a review, and then we found out na from start of May 2025 to start of May, end of
2026,
April
yeah.
2026, we were able to sell just over 1 million
Wow.
pesos worth of glass.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
such a good jump ha from. And what were the changes did you adapt or did you put into the business that made that jump from your sales before?
So basically, yun yung baseline namin yung 1 million
One,
sales.
yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's a very modest siya.
Yeah.
Pero at the same time, hindi na rin siya small time na performance. And then, no, right after we did the review, and we were able to sell from mid-May
Uh-huh.
until start of July, nakabenta kami ng 1.2 million just in a span of 20 something days.
Wow.
No,
How did it
so-
happen?
So, well, we led with speed, no?
Uh-huh.
So, may bago kaming dating na import, and then we were just able to touch base again with the old clients na
Uh-huh.
bumili na rin. And we're able to come up with a price more quickly. Sanay na rin kasi clockwork na. And then, yun, nakapag-build din ng relationship with the clients. And they're, kampante na rin sila sa amin, sa competence namin.
Right.
Diba? So,
Grabe, no? 20 days, 1 million. And then when you were telling us about the review, 1 year,
1
Yeah.
million
1 million.
din. Yeah.
but the 20 days already matches the
Yeah, it
Last
even
year's-
beat it. Kasi
even beat
1.2
it, yeah.
million yung in 20 days.
I see. So,
Right.
are there is there anything that you would like to share to our bosses? Paano nangyari yun? Was there may in-improve ba kayo sa processes, sa system?
Yeah, definitely. Mga boss, I guess gusto ko lang i-share if you also want to have more sales is to make it repeatable,
That's right.
no? And lead with speed talaga when it comes to your sales calls, no? The sooner you can give a price or the sooner you can give an offer, then the sooner then na makapagbenta ka. And then just do it again and again, and focus on the 80% of your sales that come from 20% of your customers. And then lastly, lagyan ng puso yung pagbenta kasi it's really a heart of service
That's
na
right.
talagang makakapagbigay ng confidence sa mga customers mo.
Pero going back to my question, Victor, you were talking about speed.
Yeah.
Ano yung difference? Bakit naging mas mabilis kayo compared before?
Well, we started using Quotable 6 months ago, and then syempre may learning curve. And I think within the last few months, we got the hang of it. Our team got the hang of it. And then from one day, one quotation, yan, we're sending out, a dozen quotations a day.
Oh, that's so
wow.
good. Wait lang, sobrang bilis.
One quotation versus
Like,
a dozen.
Oh, yeah. That's
In
1
one
to
day.
12. So that's quite good. Ano yung difference nitong bagong platform or si Quotable? What's the difference for you when you adapted to the system? Because most of the time yung sa business din natin, it's really the efficiencies that we have to find
Yeah.
for us to be able to maximize
Yeah.
the profit. And with what you're saying that you earned 1.2 million in around 20 days,
Mm.
that really shows how fast you were able to churn out quotes.
Yes. So we still do yung old school, yung
Manual.
quotations namin sa Excel sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we come up with the final cost there, And then we bring it to Quotable.
Right.
And then from there, we judge yung customer, how often are they gonna sell, are they going to buy?
Uh-huh.
And then, how much can we add on top of yung markup namin.
Mhm.
And then, just send as much of them out as you can in a given day.
What do you think, with your sales team having Quotable, what do you think changed? Like, in terms of their confidence in sending out? Because sa totoo lang yung sales team kasi, they really go through a lot of
Mhm.
processes to kind of judge, not really judge, but kind of see who we can target as customers.
Yes.
So, ano yung confidence na bigay sa kanila?
Yes, with Quotable and as well as our other tools, no. Kailangan talaga yung professionalism
Mhm.
nung salesperson is match siya
Right.
dun sa itsura ng quotation mo and then dun sa
Mhm.
speed din that you're able to come up with it.
Mhm.
So, hindi pwedeng may disconnect eh.
That's
Sabi
true.
mo, engineers kami pero ito yung quotation namin parang hindi ganun kadaling basahin,
That's
no?
true.
Hindi madaling i-navigate yung information. So, Quotable's really been crucial sa amin na madaling intindihin dun sa customers.
Mhm.
And we're able to focus on what we do best, which is the technical nung glass.
Pero ang question ko, how did you find that? I mean, how did you find the system? Yung Quotable, paano mo siya nahanap?
Through Daryl.
Oh!
Daryl, yeah.
Natahimik ako dito eh. No?
Okay, bakit hindi mo sa akin to
Yeah,
sinishare?
sabi ko
Pero
kasi,
like,
I've known
how-
Victor personally.
right, okay,
Yeah.
sige. So, with that one, how did you feel, or ano yung changes na nakita mo, or ano yung feelings mo, doon nakita mo na parang, hala, pwede pala itong mangyari. Like, we can really like do it faster.
Mm.
Yeah, so I guess yung may learning curve nga eh, 'di ba? So siguro nung umpisa parang kasing tagal lang din nung Excel sheet.
Right.
Pero as I got to practice yung platform, then
Right.
we were able to churn out more and more. And yung maganda ron is si Daryl nga dito is able to really explain each of the features and kung ano yung purpose ng feature na to,
Mhm.
ano yung mga most applicable features for my business. And syempre, yung hindi applicable, sinasabi na niya sa akin straightforward na maybe this is, something that's not very crucial for you. So I won't delve too much into it.
Oh, that's so nice. At least you're guided with the decisions that you're making. Because sometimes in every platform, they would have a lot of powerful tools.
Mm.
But you would also have to identify which of the power, kumbaga superpower, ano yung superpower na pipiliin mo para to really match your business, right?
Yung
Grabe.
utilization, yung functionality that really adapts to their workflow and processes. Eh.
Correct.
Yun yung important. Pero ito pala, hindi ko pa to natanong, Victor. Eh.
Yes.
Does your dad know about this new coding software that you're using? What was his reaction?
Since nga old school siya, para sa kanya, a tool is just a tool. It
Right.
doesn't matter,
Mm.
Where,
what
yeah.
tool you use as long as the job is done.
Uh-huh.
And I've shown it to him in passing. Siguro napansin niya rin yung quotations namin, iba na yung
Yeah,
itsura.
iba na
Mas maganda na.
Yeah. Yeah. Pero, I've introduced it to our sales team, definitely.
Mm.
And sila na-appreciate din nila. Although, hindi, nasa learning curve pa sila eh,
Yeah.
na stage. Pero, yun, since Daryl's here, maybe pwede niya ring turuan yung team namin.
Alright, so Victor, what is the importance in evolving the business na old school?
I believe na, in doing business, it should be continuous improvement.
Mhm.
Continuous improvement. Just like ourselves as a person, no? We like to have growth, we want to have more income, we want to look better, we want to improve our health. Ganun din sa business. So, we want the business to have a healthier bottom line.
Uh-huh.
We want the business to have more customers,
Mhm.
a wider audience. Diba? These are all of the things then na gusto nating improve.
How important is it to adopt to new systems and technology?
For new systems, definitely it's scary to try kasi may resistance to change. Eh. Pero once we take the leap, then it will be, it could be worth it. Just if it's not, at least, yun na-try mo siya, no
That's
regrets ka, and then you can
Move
try
on to
something
the
else.
next. Yeah.
This episode is supported by Shoppable Business.
When your company needs to buy for the office, operations, IT, facilities, or daily business needs, Shoppable Business helps make procurement easier.
With access to over 100 million products, competitive business pricing, and payment terms, teams can source what they need without chasing suppliers one by one.
For the best prices and service on business supplies, visit shoppable.ph. That's so nice. Pero grabe congratulations on hitting one of your biggest milestones. I mean, change feels different and feels scary, but sometimes talaga with your story you really just have to jump and really do it para lang malaman mo kung talagang mag-work ba talaga siya for you. So congratulations
Thank
on
you.
Manbrella's success, and I wish for a lot more sales or benta sa mga susunod na days. So parte ng sales is yung mga learnings din na nakuha natin. So what would you say is your best personal achievement in the last few months or probably a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, with
well,
Manbrella.
professionally yun nga, nakabenta kami ng 1 million in about 20 days.
Mhm.
And then, sabi ko sa sarili ko, ngayon nakatikim na ako ng ganong kalaking monthly sales. Parang ayoko nang pakawalan.
Exactly.
So, nag-double time kami nitong start of June.
Mhm.
And then, thankfully, repeat din namin. Yun nga.
Wow.
So,
That's so nice.
first
Go-
half
oh.
of June pa lang, nakabenta na kami ng 1 million.
Wow, that's so good. Sobrang I really pray for your continued success. Pero yung
Thank you,
personal
thank you.
milestone, what ano yung parang feeling mo? Yes, may na-achieve ako with something that I really did.
Personally, I think one of my biggest achievements this year is to get married.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah.
Ang dami nating
Congrats.
isa-celebrate
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, and then at the same time, personal note pa rin, pero regarding the family business,
Mhm.
I feel like this year was and 2025 was the time na bigyan ko talaga ng sarili kong DNA, yung Manbrella.
Oh, that's so nice.
And I'm happy na parang kapag kami nag-i-inquire sa amin, no, hinahanap nila ako na, hindi na yung father ko.
Oh, that
Yeah.
shows quite quite a lot.
Yeah,
Kasi
that's quite a big
sa
change.
mga packaging, ay mga manufacturing, anything under this industry, the person that they look for is the one that they really
The head
remember. So
talaga.
I'm
Yeah.
so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Grabe. So sobra despite sa dami nating gustong gawin, talagang like for you wanted to be a writer, you did freelance, pero sometimes you would really end up doing the thing. I think maybe it's calling then,
Yeah,
no?
yeah,
Na it was
definitely.
really meant for you to be in your family business.
Yeah, so parang keeping the legacy. Di ba?
Correct. It's
Like that,
really
yeah.
keeping, at bunso pa siya.
Mhm.
Bunso,
Yes.
keeping the legacy, diba? So with all that in mind, please reintroduce yourself and your business at i-plug mo na kung ano yung pwede nilang bilhin sa inyo.
So, mga boss, thank you for watching this episode. Ako nga pala si Victor Manalang. Once again, General Manager of Manbrella Packaging Experts. We're a glass packaging supplier based in Laguna. If you're looking for glass packaging, you can follow our socials, Manbrella Packaging Experts on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And most likely ako yung makakausap ninyo doon. So thank you very much for tuning in.
All right, so Victor, I just have one last question. What is the future of Manbrella, and what is your one last actionable advice for the aspiring founders or future bosses watching this episode?
There's so many that I want to share, no? Kaya lang, if there's one thing talaga, really put your heart into what you're doing. Kasi lalo na kapag
That's so
sales, it's not just what you're selling, it's how you sell it then. That
Agree.
really will get people to subscribe to your brand and to you as a person then.
That's very true. Sometimes it's not even the price or kahit nagko-quote tayo, minsan mas mahal tayo. But when they see na nandun yung puso nung gumawa,
Yeah.
nung brand at nung product, they would really get to choose you, no?
Mm,
So what is the
mm.
future of Manbrella for you? Sabihin na natin in the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years, I think we can continue, no, selling yung 1 million per month.
More.
Hopefully. Yeah, and then growing our team diba, more people to sell, and then siguro more items then. Because right now, we're just focusing on food and beverage. Hopefully, we'll have your products soon
Yeah.
sa pharma
Mhm.
and cosmetics,
Right.
maybe down the line. No? And just adding more customers, serving more serving with our signature approach na engineering first, and then more and
Big
more
things.
people.
Big things, yeah.
Big
Yeah.
things.
Looking
I'm so-
forward to more success for Manbrella.
Sobra. As in, the story is really nice. And the
Thank you.
changes,
Thank you.
sometimes you really have to jump into a different world, kumbaga. Kasi from
Yeah.
it being a traditional company, now with you having like fresh ideas,
Yes.
fresh things to do, iba talaga yung nagagawa niya. And it really can change the trajectory of the business right away.
Yes. Akong takeaway ko dito, Vanya, parang you gotta have to really want it and own it. Yun yung ginawa ni
Totoo.
Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diba? Despite
Mm.
of, diba, the DNA of the business started with his dad. Pero imagine, like right now, improving all the things that they're doing right now, yung processes, this is Victor na eh.
yeah.
Diba, Manbrella Packaging Experts is now Victor Manalang.
That's true,
So-
that's true. And may isa pa akong highlight na I think na may miss out kasi ng mas malalaking manufacturing companies or like packaging companies, yung pag-cater dun sa smaller scale orders,
yes.
which is such a big market. And you're very, very smart to do that because
Mhm.
we really lack that one. And it being available in e-commerce is
Mm.
such a game changer kasi maraming small business owners na hindi nila alam kung saan kukuha ng packaging. And it's really
Yes.
nice that you
Mm,
actually
mm,
cater to them. So that's one thing that I really loved about the story. It's really adapting to what's also in the market. And sometimes it's not always the big fish eh. Minsan dun sa mga maliliit, kahit feeling natin 1 box, 2 box lang yan. But if we have 1,000 people ordering 1 box and 2 boxes, it will
Yes.
also become like the big one,
Yes,
right?
that's the
Especially
idea.
now na daming opportunities because a lot of MSMEs are
Mhm.
rising, di ba? Ang
That's true.
daming opportunities. Ang daming gustong mag-business and part na ng buhay natin ang packaging.
That's
Diba?
true. Correct.
Thank you so much, Victor, for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
It's a
Thank
pleasure
you!
hearing your story. O mga boss, tandaan, when the call of duty to take on a bigger purpose shows up, dapat alam mong kaya mo yan.
Hindi ka ilalagay ni Lord sa isang opportunity na hindi ka lalago. When it comes to making a legacy and keeping it alive, trust in your instincts and put the work in to get to your success.
Because every boss,
Starts with a benta. This is Benta Bosses.
We started
The
using
first thing I
Benta
ever
Bosses.
sold was
But that industry is tough.
from unang benta to boss.
So, ready ka na ba? Visit Codable AI.
From code to payment, they've got the systems to turn your hustle into a milestone.
Follow us on our socials to stay updated on the next boss we're bringing to the table.
Subscribe to Benta Bosses on your favorite podcast platform and share this with another aspiring entrepreneur.
This has been Benta Bosses.